In the following clip, you will learn about some punctuation marks you need to understand and use effectively while writing in English. The first punctuation mark I'm going to explain is the apostrophe. An apostrophe is used to show that a letter or letters have been missed out. Examples: I am, I'm. We are, we are. It is, it's. We have, we've. I would, I'd. Who is, who is. An apostrophe is used to show that one thing or person belongs to another. Examples: Omar's car is blue, means that the car belongs to Omar. The company's policy is strict, means that the policy belongs to the company. Yesterday's appointments. Ahmed and Amal's wedding invitation. Notice here that we have two names, but the apostrophe, the possessive apostrophe, is on the second name. In order to show the position with singulars, we add an apostrophe and an S. Examples: the manager's office, the office of one manager. A teacher's schedule, the schedule of one teacher. Now we use the apostrophe to show the position with plurals. The first example: two managers' offices. Notice that there is only the possessive apostrophe, but we don't need to add another S because the noun is in the plural form, meaning that the offices of more than one manager. The second example: three teachers' schedules, means the schedules of more than one teacher. If the plural noun doesn't have an S, we add the apostrophe and the S, like men's clothing, children's book. We add an apostrophe S after the number or shortcut. For example, there are 2 9s in his phone number. You must learn your ABCs. A comma may be used to give a pause which will help the reader make sense of the sentence. Look at this example and see how the two sentences have been joined together with the conjunction yet. Khalid lost his keys, yet he still made it to class on time. Notice there is a comma before yet, and that's why I paused a little when I read the two sentences as one. We use a comma when there is an introductory phrase at the beginning. Examples: as the days grow longer, we find ourselves restless to be outdoors. In European and American households, dinners prepared by microwave are commonplace. There is a comma after certain conjunctions when the conjunction comes at the beginning of the sentence. Look at these two sentences. For example, he spends more on prepared foods than on fresh vegetables. However, we still like to think of ourselves as healthy. When a list of names mentioned in a sentence, we separate the names using a comma, except for the last two names. Example, in a school we are taught religion, Arabic, English, and history. Now, what is a semicolon and how is it used as a punctuation mark? A semicolon is used in place of a full stop when two statements are closely connected. Example, the door opened, I stood up quickly. We use a semicolon also to join two sentences instead of using a conjunction. Example, Omar will buy a new car. He is already making plans for a trip. We use a semicolon with a conjunction, like after all, as a result, at the same time, for example, finally, otherwise. Example, he wanted to do his homework. However, his friend wasted his time. Notice that the semicolon is there before however. We also use a semicolon when we want to list a number of things, like Yusuf scored 2,000 points. We have a semicolon, Ahmed 1,500 and Ali 1,000. Now, how do we use a colon as a punctuation mark? A colon is used after a sentence that introduces a list of names or information in order to attract the attention of the reader. Examples: Ahmed had 3 hobbies: reading, skating, and soccer. Khalid told us about his trip, rock climbing in France. A colon is also used when the sentence is written in such a way to introduce a quotation. Example: the teacher offered this advice: study hard to succeed. A colon is also used to join two sentences when the second one explains the first. Example: patience is a virtue. It can make you a kinder person. I have 2 more punctuation marks to explain to you here. The first one is a hyphen. A hyphen is used to show that 2 or more words, when joined together, have come to be considered as a single expression. Example: I saw my brother-in-law yesterday. The second punctuation mark is the use of brackets. Pairs of brackets may be used to divide an insertion from the rest of a sentence. An example: my cousins, Gerard, aged 7, Michael, aged 5, and 3-year-old Mary are staying with us for the day. Notice that we put all the list of those names who are the person's cousin between brackets. Now, how do we use inverted commas, also known as quotation marks? Spoken words are divided from unspoken words by being enclosed, by being put in inverted commas, or known as quotation marks. Example, she said, "I'm pleased to meet you." Each spoken sentence begins with a capital letter, even if unspoken words introduce it. Example, he answered, "This is a great honor for me." Spoken words are always divided from unspoken words by another punctuation mark as well as by inverted commas. Example, "What's your name?" She asked. He replied, "I am Richard." In this lesson, you have learned about some basic and common punctuation marks and how to use them in writing. Now you need to read about them more and practice using them when you write. Good luck.